going on, guys? All right. So, a lot of people I've been seeing online bitching and complaining about why the police aren't respecting our rights here in Canada. Why aren't they doing what they swore to do? And let's make something fucking clear. Okay? For those of you who, I guess, missed the last 50 years of Canadian history, we don't have a police force in Canada. Go to the Middle East, find a police force there. You know what they'll tell you? They're mercenaries, not police. You know why? Because corporations and companies within that area can also hire them, not just the government. The government can hire them to police the community, but at the same time, a company and a corporation come in and hire them to fucking go take out a guy, to go force their way into some. That's Canada, bud and ladies. I'm just letting you know, that's Canada. For years and years and years and years now, corporations and companies have been able to come in and rent our fucking police force to act as a personal military for their agenda of pushing my brothers and sisters on the nations and putting them, fucking locking them in cages, pepper spraying their children, fucking beanbagging their fucking elders. For years and years, this has taken place. So we don't have a police force here in Canada. We have a mercenary force. And then we have the higher up mercenary forces that control the smaller mercenary forces, which is the RCMP, which control the OPP. And, then they try to say, well, we're just doing what the premiers want of whichever province. We have no choice. And in the end, and Trudeau's like, well, we don't have no say in the matter. Really? Because the RCMP works for you. So you are the only person who can, you're the final say in the word. But anyways, what do I know? So we don't have a police force here in Canada, period, at all. Haven't had one in years. That's why their mentality, okay, is when they're trained in schools, they're not trained to be your protectors. They're not trained to serve the communities. They're not trained to none of that. Their policies and regulations, it's all set up so they're not even allowed to attempt anything decent, even if they have a decent idea in their heads. They're not trained for that. They're trained, like their favorite saying is, we're here to de-escalate. No, they're trained to escalate every situation so that way they can create a case, so that way they can get you in front of a judge, and that way everyone in that fucking room, the guard, the person fucking typing everything down, the fucking judge, the lawyers, and everybody makes their bucks. It's a monopoly. It's been going on for years. So, it's just 100% proof, not evidence, proof that we don't have police in Canada. When a corporation or a company can come in and hire them, it's all right. Even in their off-duty time, they're never off duty, eh? You work for the government, you're with the government 24/7. So when we're doing it when we're off duty. No, you're doing it while you're on duty because you're always on fucking duty. There's an emergency, someone fucking pulls out a gun at a store. You're telling me you're not going to act as as an officer of the law and stop them? Of course you are. So you're 24/7, so you can't lie to people anymore about that. So how do we fix this? How do we get police officers? Because everyone always talks about the fucking problems. Let's talk about solutions, folks. So how do we get the police officers back to being the police officers, like real police officers? Back in the day, like even when I was a young kid back in the 80s, we still had some cops who went around and would see that mom or dad with the kids and the fucking bags and be like, you know what? It's a busy road. I'm pulling over, giving them a ride. Hey, my name's Scott. How's it going? Yeah, I just noticed you on the side of the road there. You guys want a ride? I can give you a ride. You don't have to worry. Don't have to give me information, nothing like that. Just tell me where you're going. Oh, pardon me. And I'll drop you guys off. Just want to make sure you're safe. When's the last time you ever seen a cop do something like that? When's the last time you seen a police force hold a community barbecue where everybody in the town could come in and have a fucking burger or a hot dog, and at the end you can leave a donation if you want, so that way you can help out the police force, the local police force? And when's the last time we seen something like that? When I was a kid. 37 now. Not a kid anymore. And I haven't seen that in years. That's a shame. I spoke to a couple of police officers, and I love their ideas. but their hands are tied. They literally can't, because of the regulations, because of policy, because of higher ups, because of the paperwork and all the fucking bullshit and hassle they got to go through. They can't pull through with some of the ideas they have. Like one of them wants to start up a basketball game every Thursday where he gets all the teenagers to come and play a game against the police. And then for your participation, you would get a Gatorade free. And we can't do it. He's got to go through all this fucking bullshit. And he's like, I shouldn't have to do that. And by the time I get through all that, and I'm already pulling fucking double shift, and like he was going on, and you could tell he was just fucking overstressed. But see, that's why I don't put this on, or I don't put on the men and women who are wearing these uniforms. I don't want you to think that I'm talking about the individual, because I'm not. I'm talking about them as a collective because it comes from a collective source. One person, one say, and they all fucking listen. That's the problem. So how do we fix it? Well, one of my solutions, if I were to be elected as prime minister, it would be to have our police officers go back to the academy, go back to being trained again. Okay, but we would change the method. Very first thing that you would have to do immediately after this, once you have our police force back in the schools, is you have to sign 2 executive orders. The first one I would have to sign is to nullify any interaction between police and corporation and company ever again in Canada. It can never be rented out, can never be used, can never be fucking called upon, period. That would be act number 1. Act number 2 would be the new studies that they would learn in school. Like one of the first things that would be on the list would be they would have to at least be able to recite every single human right within the list. It's just not a very big list, but it barrels it all down into different things. And they would have to be able to recite all those. And not only that, but I would also have to sign another executive order untying the average person, the woman, the mother, the child, the father, the grandparent, whoever's wearing that uniform. We have to untie their hands. And we got to make sure that their ideas can just be implemented on command. If they feel like, you know what, here's a bunch of kids that are playing hockey, and I feel like, yeah, okay, there's nothing going on right now. I got my radio. If they call in anything, I can make it back to the car. But for now, I think it'd be really good for the community if I just hopped out of this car and played some hockey with the kids. Or you know what, here's a group of guys that would just, normally you wouldn't see a normal middle class or higher middle class or even a higher class hang out with because they're part of the lower class. And you see a group of them in the circle, instead of walking up and escalating a situation so that way there's an arrest or disobedience or whatever fucking you want to call it. Instead of walking up saying, what's your name, what's your last name, what's your date of birth, where do you live? Just walk up and say, hey, my guys, what's going on? My name is Mike. I was just bored. I figured I saw you guys sitting here talking, and I'm bored. There's nothing going on. What's going on with you guys today? Just get involved with the community, We have to untie their hands to be able to do this. So I think because as long as you're being hired out as mercenaries, psychologically, it's actually having some serious effect. Okay? Because they go from standing in front of a group of people who are fighting back against them, they're fighting against, and they're trying to escalate so that way they can pull them in, put them in cages and shit. And this is what they're hired to do. So they're going from that mindset to now they're amongst their community with that mindset. So they're trying to think about the mindset they're supposed to have, but because they're so routinely been fucking developed to have this mindset, which is just to dominate, to escalate, to do whatever possible so that way they can make the buck. That's where we end up now, where we are today, where everyone's online, everyone's making videos. Why are they not doing their job? What's going on with our police? What police? That's the question you got to stop fucking asking, because right away it's a false question. It's a misleading question because it's a false question. Fucking ask a real question. Why are our police in Canada being allowed to be turned into mercenaries for the past 50 years? And demand that our governments step up and sign executive orders denying any access from companies and corporations to our police force to be used as a personal military. Plain and simple, folks. So stop bitching about it. Start fucking demanding it. Because it's the only way we're going to get shit done in any country. If you want change, It has to come from the people. It has to come from me and you. It's not going to come from them. Why would they change it if they're just making insane amounts of money? They're not going to change it. If it ain't broke, why fix it? Well, their way, in order for them to get rich, isn't broke, so why fix it? We have to force that fix. No choice. So, no, we gotta. There's a big major problem right there. And the only way to solve it is to change these key factors. You gotta take away the corporation company's abilities. You gotta take away this whole fucking mindset in the academies that once they leave the academy, they gotta be fucking robots and everybody's rights can be sold away in an instant. Alright? We gotta make sure these cops know their rights. Too many times, too many videos on YouTube that prove it loud as fucking day, video and audio. They don't know our fucking rights. You got all these auditors and shit. They're always constantly throwing the actual fucking numbers and like the mandate, everything itself, and then they state what it actually says, word for word. And these cops are oblivious to it. That's an embarrassment. And we got to untie their hands because it's not the individual cop in the uniform that you're fucking dealing with on the street. That's a complete and total fucking jerk or asshole. The ones that are being brainwashed themselves. It's the ones at the top. By allowing these corporations, by allowing these companies, by allowing the police to be used as a military force in order to make this big, massive paycheck, which pays for their multi-million-dollar cottages and shit. And here's the worst part, folks. These companies and these corporations don't even pay the cops. We do. So we're paying them to act as mercenaries to go serve other corporations and companies' agendas rather than the rights and the service of the people. So, you want to change on that? There's only one way it's going to happen. You got to have somebody who's not part of that system. You got to have somebody who's not fucking willing to be bought or paid for. You got to have somebody who's not willing to accept that fucking $6,000 paycheck. You got to have somebody who's not there about the fucking money. Who's there about making licenses for cars and motorcycles cheaper and easier. Who's there to make insurance companies fucking make sure they're not ripping off our fucking people like they do here in Ontario. It's time to fucking put a stop to that. Time to charge a reasonable, suitable price. If you're not willing to, then hey, you know what, Elon Musk, if I'm leader, he's already started car insurance. Look it up. I'm going to have him sit down and talk with me, and we're going to expand his car insurance to also reach out towards Toyota and Chevrolet and all these other ones, not just Tesla. We'll rely on just fucking Elon Musk's company to insure all of Canada if that's what it's going to cost. And I guarantee you, if we do it with just the one company rather than the fucking 17 different companies, we won't have to pay 200 something or 100 something a fucking month for our car insurance. We'd only pay like fucking $20, $30 each. 36 million people paying fucking 20 bucks each, or even 50 bucks each. 36 million people to 30, well, we're pretty much 37 million people paying Elon Musk that money. You think Elon Musk ain't going to jump on that? Logical way of thinking in the government is what we need. And what we have are these children who don't know the first thing about a bill, doesn't know the first thing about real life stress, family life stress. They don't know the first thing about life. They know what it's like to be handed shit. They know what it's like to never be told you're wrong. No, not allowed. They don't know what those words mean. So, and you guys know me. On all my videos, I say this. I'm very big on this. Without experience, you can't have knowledge. Without knowledge, you can't have understanding or wisdom. Without understanding, you can't have wisdom. And without wisdom, you can't have compassion. All these things only can take place after you go through the experience. You have to have some experience. I have experience in all walks of life, pretty much. I've done so many different things for hobby-wise and everything. It's just, the world fascinates me. So I learn a lot about a lot of different things. And I just don't see why we don't take a chance at someone new, someone different, someone who can't be bought, who can't be pushed around, who can't be fucking handed a paycheck. No, he's going to send the MP officers to arrest that fucking company owner or whoever it is that's trying to attempt to bribe a prime minister. You need someone who's willing to put his fucking foot down. So like I always say, write your dad's name, write your kid's name, write your elder's name, write, I don't care whose fucking name, your uncle and aunt's name, I don't care. If they have great ideas, they have the great mindset, and they have the great ability to fucking, like the know-how to get it pushed through, write their names down, guys. Don't write any of their names. Don't sign any of their boxes or check them or anything. Write their name, make a box, and check it. Now, if you don't want to get involved, you don't want to get anyone in trouble, or you think you're worried about that, I'm not. I know the routine. I know the process. I've looked it up. I've studied it. And I'm telling you right now, write my name down, make a box, and check it. Let's get somebody fucking real in that office. Somebody who won't take a $6,000 paycheck. Give me $600. Give me $600 a week. I think that's fair. I got to travel over, still pay gas and all this and that. I still got bills and everything to pay. And that a house, keep the fucking house. I don't want it. I'm going to stay right here in my apartment. I'm good with that. Kids are happy. Everyone's happy. Dog's happy. Look, he's always happy. As long as he's beside dad, he's always happy. Big old crazy dog. So, no. If you want real change to occur, if you want a real police force, then we have to put somebody in charge who's not part of that fucking social side of life of these people. And it doesn't matter if you vote liberal, conservative, doesn't matter, guys. Year after year, we've gone with different parties, and year after year, what's changed? How is your life any easier? It's 10 times harder to get a job. It's 10 times harder. It's easier to get on welfare than it is to even fucking get a job, let alone start a business, let alone start a career. It's just so much easier to get on welfare. I mean, you want real change. You want to be able to make it easier to get a job. You want to make it harder to get on welfare and easier to get a fucking job. You want to make it harder to get on welfare, but yet easier to get a fucking business going. You gotta have a real person take that seat. Someone who isn't part of that whole fucking system that's already been bought and paid for. You need someone who resists that shit, who looks at that kind of crap and is like, has no interest in it. That's me. I literally look at a pile of money and I just, hey, there's a pile of money. And? Well, if that's my money, oh, well, okay, well, I got fucking bills to pay. Good. And bills get paid before anything fucking else, man. Before even a fucking Big Mac is bought, bills are paid. So, I mean, that's somebody you want in charge of your budget system here in Canada. No? Bills are paid, extra money goes back to the people. Now, sure, we're not going to, obviously, we got to put someone into the hospital, but that's part of the bills, right? So all the bills are paid, whatever money's left goes back to the people in some form or another. Either we raise their tax backs when it comes on the every 4 months or whatever, or we give them a bigger tax break when it comes to once every year, or we could fucking put more into the, say, educational programs. We could put more into parks. We can put more into the environment. We could put more into greenery within our cities. We can put more into libraries, get them more advanced, more even technological even. Boy, wouldn't you just love somebody like that running the fucking country right now? But no. You guys have this huge mentality standard that they gotta have a master's degree in politics and they gotta have this huge fucking standard. Well, I'm telling you, folks, if that's what you honestly think, then you're dead wrong. Dead wrong. It's not how we're not gonna be able to fix our problems or fix our country. Hold on a second, guys. My phone just said it's about to die. Is it gonna stay? Okay, it's gonna stay. I have a cigarette instead of smoking the joint. So yeah, I swear, I smoke. I even finish my joint. I take a few puffs here and there, and I just put it out. But anyway, it's not the point. I smoke. Don't. But yet these ideas, what's so wrong with them? Well, what do you know about foreign trade, Cole? I know a lot about foreign trade. There's no one ever sits down and asks me about it. But I know a lot about foreign trade. I know the countries we're dealing with, what countries we're not dealing with. I know which ones I'd love to be dealing with and which ones I'd love to drop. Like right now, a lot of people don't know this, but Canada's kind of fucking got a thing going on, like who's got the bigger dick with Russia. And I don't see why when we had the big Fort McMurray fire, was willing to send over fucking fleets of people to help us. There was pride and ego, which is really what's been running our provinces and our countries lately, is just pride and ego. You know, nobody's following the rules, nobody's following the lockdowns, and look what happens, right? They're just being, who's got the bigger dick now? You're not going to follow, I'm just going to make it harder on you. And again, nobody's fucking listening. So instead of going out there and trying to educate the people, what do? They go on TV and belittle us. Well, now you know why we don't fucking listen to you. You're a joke. You're a clown. All of you. Ford, Legault, Trudeau. You should all be fucking fired and thrown your asses in fucking jail. You caused all these sicknesses. You caused all these deaths. This is all on you guys. No, it's the 10, 20 people that got you sick on Christmas and New Year's, Cole. Not the millions that poured into fucking Walmart. Not the fucking millions that poured into Costco and all these other big box stores. No, that didn't cause any fucking influx. That was just a small portion. Get the fuck out of here, man. You wonder why we don't listen to you. Oh, listen to the experts, Cole. Yeah, well, how come you're not listening to the fucking experts? We're finding out you guys been traveling this whole fucking time, and now you've been letting your buddies fucking travel. Ford knew the guy the second the guy landed. He was there to fucking on vacation. Didn't tell him to come home. Told him to enjoy his vacation. Oh, since we found out. That's unacceptable. Get the fuck out of here. So anyways, we want real change with our police force. We want real change within our government branches, and we want more held accountability and shit like that. Then we have to take control. It's just that simple. There is no other way. This will never get the problems will just keep rising and rising and rising. And just like every other fucking disease in the past, H1N1, SARS, and all West Nile disease, and foot and mouth, and all this shit, I always said, oh, you watch, we're going to laugh in a couple of years. It's going to be on fucking TV making fun of this shit. And everybody, you're heartless, Cole. And sure enough, in a couple of years, everybody's making fucking fun of it. It's in fucking movies and they're making fun of it. Same thing with this fucking stupid COVID bullshit. It's not as bad as they're fucking making it seem. And in a couple of years, we're all going to be fucking laughing about it and making fun of these fucking idiots over it. And anyways, it's time we all fucking grow up from this shit, man. You're all acting like fucking kids, listening to a bunch of irresponsible, unethical, fucking disastrous, monstrous fucking leaders who shouldn't be leading. They should be in fucking jail. And you're going to sit here like, Trudeau got a fucking letter from our top general saying don't release it to the public, and he turned around and convinced you it's okay to release it to the public? You're telling me that's not unethical? That man should not be removed the second he made that fucking decision? Then Doug Ford, close everything down before Christmas and the holidays, before Boxing Day, so that way we can stop a big fucking spike from happening. Fuck you, we want our money, so we're keeping everything open. You're telling me those decisions aren't fucking, you can't demand their fucking removal at that point. Come on, man. This is the standard you think you need to run the country, right? Is money before health. Like, health's above everything else. Sanity, everything. Knowledge, logic, it's just fucking respect. It's gone out the fucking window. Health is more important. But now we're talking about money. Oh, no, Cole, it wasn't the fucking millions that poured into box stores that caused this. No way. It was the 10 or 20 people on Christmas and New Year's. You fucking zombie herds make me fucking laugh. Oh, my God. All right. You're going to have to come with me for 2 seconds here because I got to go get my monster. So, you guys got to fucking, if you want real change, this is how we're going to create real change. Sorry it's so dark. We're just so fucking bored. Kids are playing their games with their friends, and I'm just fucking making a video. That's how bored we are. I just can't get this shit out of my head. I was just sitting here thinking about this shit, fucking doing nothing. And then fucking, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video. Let's talk about this shit. Real Canadian talk. Not this fucking perfect vocabulary and no swearing. No, let's talk fucking real to real. Canadian to Canadian. No, none of this fucking, you're not gonna get into that perfect shit here. Nor do we need any more of it. Holy fuck, man. This is what the perfect shit gets us that you think is qualification for running a country. Then son of a bitch, I think we're fucking done with it for a while, eh? Give me 4 years and let me show you just how fucking easy your life's gonna get. Getting licenses, that's just a fucking cupcake. It's gonna be so easy to get. Creating jobs and fucking telling companies once and for all, no. No more. We're fucking gotta reach your fucking standard. You're in our country. You're fucking building your business here. You're offering services to our community and jobs to our community. Then you need to fucking open it up to our community, not just certain individuals that meet your life standards. No. Fucking tell me what a guy has to do with fucking getting a fist fight when he was 16. How that should stop him from getting a fucking job at Walmart. Don't tell me that hasn't happened because it happened to me. So tell me how it fucking should stop me from getting a job at Walmart Logistics. Explain that to me. What fucking fighting has to do with your products at fucking Walmart. Oh, you're aggressive. You might not get along with people. Well, that's funny because everyone that fucking knows me, every boss that I've ever worked for here in Cornwall fucking love and adores me. They don't even call Drake anymore. They call me directly. Then they call Drake and tell him they're taking me. Cole, you available? Yeah. Oh, thank God, man. I'm going to call her, fucking Jennifer right now. I'm going to let her know right now. Okay, you let her know, but I'll be there. Boom. It's me first. You're like, fuck. So don't give me that shit. I can't get along with people because I can. It's very fucking easy. Studied psychology, got straight A's, man. Fuck, give me a break. Oh, I fucking love monsters. So anyways, look, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying your aunt, your uncle, your mom, or your dad's perfect, but Jesus Christ, it's better than what we're fucking dealing with. And of course they won't obey the law, right? So I can see you until I'm blue in the face and tell you, and you can all fucking write everybody's different name down. But it's not the point. The point is they're not going to follow the law. They're not going to elect the person who got really elected by the most amount of majority of votes. Because every Canadian has the right to run. Doesn't matter what your fucking standard is. Doesn't matter if your criminal record. Doesn't matter anything. You all have a fucking right to run. So let's all run. Remove them from the equation. And then we'll barrel it down to the top 10 fucking choices like they do in the States, right? They have their preliminaries, then they have their final debate at the end. Let's do the same fucking thing, but put 10 fucking people that have great ideas, know how to fucking proceed with them, and wants nothing to do with their fucking whole system, with their monopoly. Pardon me. So, I just don't see why we can't do that. I just don't understand why we should continue this path. Because, like I said, it doesn't matter who you elect. If it's liberal, conservative, green, NDP, they all just want their fucking, get their little fingers dipping in our fucking budget system. They don't care about fucking fixing shit for us. They want their turn at the big bucks. They want their turn at the private jets and helicopters. They want their turn about putting their kids through college and their turn to fucking build new homes and shit like that all over the fucking country and travel over the fucking world. They want their turn. And that's what it's about. That's why we need somebody who's willing to take that massive paycheck cut, who's going to go in the office and right away sign an executive order where everybody else takes a massive fucking paycheck cut. The fucking expenditures that the government has, that's going to take a massive fucking cut. We're going to fucking sacrifice and put back into the fucking system so that way the people don't have to fucking sacrifice for the fucking previous industry or fucking legislators fucking or whatever the fuck they're called. They're fucking, the Liberal Party's fucking fuck ups. The fucking Conservative Party's fuck ups. Like, because Doug Ford's conservative, folks. So see, it doesn't matter which fucking party. So, for all their fuck ups, we need somebody in there who's going to fucking make the government sacrifice and while the people don't have to fucking sacrifice anymore. Someone who's going to open up fucking small businesses, the local businesses who have nothing to do with an international virus. Who's going to close the fucking international stores and fucking end this shit once and for all. And if they don't want to close and the government doesn't want to close them down, then guess what? Local businesses don't have to fucking close either. It makes zero fucking sense. See? That's what we need. We need logic back in our fucking government. We need to create our fucking people's government, okay? Because it ain't going to happen with any more of these spoiled fucking children. What we need is someone fucking real, someone who's worked in the shop, who's worked in the field, who's worked in the fucking anywhere. Just fucking work. I don't even care if it's for a week. That's 10 times more than what they've ever done. Jesus. So, I hope you guys hear me out. I'm still waiting for someone to have a conversation with this on Facebook. So I hope someone on Facebook fucking comments and really wants to talk about this, because let's really get it out there. Let's fucking make sure these ideas are flowing, because the more we get it going on social media and YouTube and all these networks, the more the government's going to be taking notice of it, the more they're going to want to implement some of these ideas. So even if we're fucking screwed and we're stuck with these fucking pampered bitches, at least they're going to beat off some of our ideas. And that's what I'm trying to get out there. So, and come next election, like I said, if you don't have anyone, you don't want to get, you think you're going to get in trouble or something, just fucking remember. Write Cole Holmes, make the box. Phone's going to die again. Make the box, check it. Don't write any of theirs, don't check any of theirs. It's time for fucking change. Let's fucking create change. So, what do you think? I'm waiting to hear your fucking comments, or read them and we'll fucking talk about it. Alright, later.